I feel good, Gary. I feel good. You know, felt pretty good the last couple days. You know, so that's a positive sign at this point.
Is this the normal routine for when you've ever had a suspected head injury? Like, it's been 48 hours and a lot of testing and a neurologist. Is that the way it always is, or is there a special reason for that?
No, you know, I think it's in the best interest of the athlete. You know, and you know, I don't think my case is any different. You know, they want to make sure that you know, everything's okay. You know, after a hit like that, and evaluate you. You know, they would anybody.
So when you've had concussion-like symptoms in the past, it's been a similar battery of tests after that, or is this a little more extensive?
No, it's just protocol. You know, it's just the way it is. You know, it's a lot of it is, you know, precautionary. You know, just to, you know, make sure the athlete's okay.
So is that normal then to take 2-3 days to determine whether you suffered concussion or not?
Well, I think so. You know, you don't want to, you know, speculate, and that's what you want to stay away from, is all the speculation. And you know, that's something that I think drives this issue more than any other issue in sports, is speculation. And you want to be right. You know, you want to be right. You want to make sure that your assessment is done properly, and you know, it's done the right way. And that's what our staff does. And that's, you know, I think, you know, how you should handle that issue.
On that subject, there has been a lot of speculation. Would you like to set the record straight and tell us how many concussions you've had as a Blue Bomber, and how many you've had as a pro football player? Well,
you know, I'm going to talk about, you know, this current injury. I'm not going to, you know, go into the past, because the past is the past. You know, people are going to speculate anyway. You know, it's, you know, it's just like I said. You know, people are going to, you know, throw their opinion out there, whether it be right or wrong. You know, and I know the truth of it, and you know, the people that are close to me know the truth of it, and the people that need to know the truth know the truth. You know, and it's not like, you know, we're trying to hide anything or anything like that. It's just, you know, this issue has so many things that go along with it, and you know, it's a hot button in sports, and anytime you see a hit like that, you know, whether it be pee-wee football or the professional level, you know, people are going to, you know, speculate, and you have to stay away from that.
You classified the hit as dirt. You want to elaborate more on that?
Yeah, well, you know, I did say that, and I'll stick by that. You know, I think it was a cheap shot, and I think it was dirty. You know, he had, you know, my whole midsection, you know, upper body to you know, to hit. You see the shot, you see the picture. You know, he's not trying to wrap. You know, he's not trying to, you know, stop the play from developing within the confines of the rules. And you know, I see it as you know, I think most people who saw the hit or have seen the pictures, you know, classify it as. And it's not the way the game should be played. And you know, obviously, you know, I'm upset about that.
Would you classify it as a deliberate intent to injure, as they would in hockey?
Yeah, I would.
Because we don't know, you know, what's going to happen to you in terms of, you know, you might not miss any games, you might miss one game, you might miss multiple games. Would you like to see him suspended for a game?
You know, I'd like to see, you know, something done about it. You know, suspension, you know, fine, whatever. You know, I just think, you know, it has to be, you know, some kind of repercussions to it. You know, it's something that, you know, they've spent a lot of time and a lot of money on addressing. You know, and not just in the CFL, but everywhere. It's not a part of the game. You're not allowed to do that, and those guys know the rules.
What's the maximum fine? Like, it's kind of a joke, isn't it? Like,
I'm not sure what the maximum fine is. You know, if you know a player goes out to you know, attempt to injure, you know, then I think that completely goes against the fiber of this game and what this game, you know, stands for.
Do you expect to play Monday?
You know, I expect, the way I'm feeling today, I expect to, you know, be on the practice field and you know, do what is expected of me as as a quarterback, and that's, you know, be ready to go. You know, like Coach Burke said, you know, there's still a process, and there's you know, some guidelines that they have to follow.
Do you understand why people are concerned for your
Oh, of course I do.
long-term health?
Of course I do, and you know, it's you know, out of respect. It's out of you know, getting to know me as a person as well, and you know, I understand that people care, you know, and I understand that the people want to see you do well, and people, you know, have a level of respect for you that you know, they feel for you on a personal level, and I understand that, and I appreciate that, you know. But at the end of the day, it's you know, it's me out there doing it, you know, and it's you know, everybody's going to have their opinions, and you know, right or wrong, you know, it's my decision at this point, you know, and I feel that you know, I'm owed that, you know, to a point.
You don't think you need to be protected against yourself? Like, your desire to play football couldn't potentially put you out there in a situation where you shouldn't be?
No, I don't. This is, you know, professional football. I fully understand every you know, situation that I put myself into, and they understand that too. You know, if they felt that I wasn't able to physically go out there and play, or that it would be a risk, you know, for the club or for me, you know, going out there and play, then they wouldn't do that, and I wouldn't do it. You know, I'm not you know, a guy that's just going out there, you know, wanting to go down in a blaze of flames or anything like that. You know, I want to go out and I want to have a long career. You know, I want to be a guy that you know, wins many more football games down the road.
There's a lot of unknown in this, however, you know, and like, we're learning so much about concussions and head trauma all the time as we go on. Do you worry that, you know, that what you think you know now might not be enough, and that, you know, there may be repercussions from what you're going through right now?
Well, that's the reality of the game that I have the great pleasure of playing. You know, there's always what ifs and all these things, and we as athletes, we understand that. You know, maybe you know, somebody outside, you know, looking in would say, man, you know, I don't know if it's worth it. You know, it's worth it to me. It's worth, you know, going out there and doing a game that I'm so blessed to be able to play and love playing. You know, I understand the risk. I understand you know, all these things.